Okay, so today I'll be doing two of my favorite things, playing Minecraft and judging other people. Let's read some Reddit stories. I've picked out a few that I think are rather interesting. So the first one, I matched with my professor on a dating app and now we're pretending it never happened. Oh, well, Tinder adventures, eh? I still don't know if this is funny or deeply uncomfortable. Maybe both. I'm in my final year of university, recently single. Downloaded a dating app mostly for entertainment. I was swiping while half asleep when I saw a profile that made my brain completely shut down. It was my professor. Same photos, same smile, same bio energy. The person who grades my assignments. I stared at my phone for a solid minute. I didn't swipe right, but I didn't swipe left either. I closed the app and placed my phone face down like it had personally offended me. Eventually, curiosity won. I reopened the app. The profile was still there. I swiped left. Relief. The next morning, I woke up to a notification. You have a new match. I wish I was joking. He messaged first. Just one sentence. Well, this is awkward. I did not reply. I panicked, deleted the app, reinstalled it, then deleted it again. Like that would erase the situation from reality. Our next class was unbearable. He avoided eye contact and I avoided breathing. At one point, he stumbled over my name. Another student asked a question and I laughed too hard at the answer. No one else noticed. I noticed everything. A week later, something unexpected happened. He emailed the class saying he'd step back from marking and that another professor would temporarily take over. No explanation, no mention, just distance. Nothing inappropriate ever happened. No flirting, no meeting up, no lines were crossed. But now, there's this unspoken agreement hovering in the air. We both know, we both won't say it. I'm not angry, I'm not offended. I'm just amazed that out of all the people in my city, the algorithm chose him. You know what? That's kind of crazy. How how would it, how would you even react if you saw your teacher, your professor on Tinder? I mean, I would have to swipe right just to see. You know what I mean? Just to see. I think it'd be quite funny, but I mean, this girl clearly that affected her. Okay, the next story. I quit my job and told my family I was working from home. I've actually been streaming for almost a year. Oh, okay. Let's see where this goes. I didn't plan for this to be lasting more than 2 weeks. That's the part that keeps me up at night. About 11 months ago, I quit my job. No dramatic exit, no yelling, just burnout so heavy that even reopening my laptop would make my chest feel tight. The problem is that my family doesn't believe in burnout. They believe in pushing through, being grateful, and stability at all costs. So instead of telling the truth, I said something that felt harmless at the time. My company switched me to remote work. They nodded. They were relieved. Conversation over. At first, I treated it like a temporary cover story. I kept my routine, woke up early, sat at my desk, complained about meetings, but instead of work, I was just online, watching videos, browsing Reddit, killing time. That's when I stumbled into streaming. I didn't start with a plan. I didn't tell anyone I knew. I just hit go live one afternoon and talked about random stuff, internet drama, funny observations, nothing special. 3 people showed up, then 10, then 30. Here's where it gets weird. I was happy. Not vacation happy, but calm, focused, energized. I started scheduling streams around the hours my family thought I was working. If my mum called during a stream, I'd mute myself and say, sorry, can't talk, in a meeting. The word meeting became a magical spell. A few months in, I started making money. Not life-changing money, but enough to cover groceries, then rent, then more. I didn't tell my family, partly because I didn't want to explain streaming, partly because once you say something out loud, it becomes real. Now I live in a strange double reality. To my family, I complain about deadlines. I talk about co-workers who don't exist. I reference projects I never actually work on. To the internet, I'm very open. I talk about my life. I laugh a lot. Last month, my dad asked if I could help my cousin with career advice. I did, based on a job I no longer have. The lie has grown roots. My mum tells relatives I work in tech. My auntie asked if I could help her buy a laptop for work stuff. I nodded. Meanwhile, I'm online debating strangers about whether socks should be worn to bed. Here's the part I don't know how to explain. I don't feel lazy. I don't feel like I'm hiding because I failed. I feel like I accidentally built a life that fits me better. And I don't know how to translate that into a language that my family would understand. What do you guys think? Should I tell him now, while things are stable, or risk disappointment? I mean, he made it as a streamer. That's pretty rare these days, right? I mean, quite competitive. I don't know. How would he pull that off? I'm getting the picture that he's like some middle-aged guy, you know, wife, 2 kids, all of that. I think it'd be quite strange. Can you imagine? Like as a 12-year-old, you go to school, you're in like year 6, elementary school or something. And then, hey, what does your dad do? He's a streamer. Oh my God. I don't even know. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know what to say about that. Now for our last story, I accidentally became the expert at work on something I barely understand. And now it's gone too far. I didn't lie on purpose. That's important. I just didn't correct anyone early enough. I work in a medium-sized office. Nothing fancy. Lots of meetings, lots of acronyms, lots of pretending to know what people mean. One day, during a meeting, someone mentioned a software tool we were thinking of using. Everyone went quiet. Then my manager looked at me and said, "You've used it before, right?" I had heard of it, that's it. But in that split second, my brain did something dangerous. I nodded. I don't know why I did it. Maybe I didn't want to look unprepared. Maybe I thought I could figure it out later. Either way, that nod changed my life. Immediately, people relaxed. "Oh, good. Perfect. Great then." I said nothing. After the meeting, my manager messaged me privately. "Thanks for that. Can you lead the discussion on this next week?" I stared at the screen. I googled the software. It had documentation, certifications, entire online courses. I had confidence and Wi-Fi. I think I know where this is going. I spent the week watching tutorials at double speed and taking notes like my future depended on it, because apparently it did. The next meeting went fine. I use phrases like, "in my experience," "it depends on," the implementation. That's a good question, actually. People nodded. Some people wrote things down. This should have been my exit point. It was not. After that meeting, I became the person. People came to me with questions. I answered them vaguely, but confidently. And here's the terrifying part. Most of the time, it worked. A few weeks later, a new hire joined. During onboarding, someone said, "You should talk to me. He's our go-to for this." I nearly choked on my coffee. I am not the go-to. I am the guy who nodded once. The new hire asked how I got so knowledgeable. I said something now that haunts me. You pick it up over time. I picked it up over Google. Now, here's where it escalates. Management decided to fully adopt the software. They scheduled a training session. And guess who they asked to help run it? I considered coming clean. I really did. But now, the lie wasn't just about me. It was about my manager's judgment, weeks of decisions, other people trusting my input. So instead, I did the only thing I knew how to do. I prepared like my life depended on it. The training session happened. It went surprisingly well. Someone asked a question I didn't know the answer to. I said, "That's actually a known limitation." They accepted that. Why did they accept that? Why do people just accept confident sentences? After the session, my manager said, "You should consider specializing in this." Specializing in the thing I learned accidentally? Now I'm stuck in a strange place. I'm not completely clueless anymore, but I'm also not what people think I am. I didn't fake it to get ahead. I just kept going. Last week, HR emailed me saying if I would be interested in mentoring someone on this thing. So now I'm asking strangers on the internet on what I should do next. Come on, don't lie. We've all had this happen, all right? We've all been, at work or at school. You got like a little presentation coming up and you're just there like, I did not prepare. I don't know what's going on. And you just came in there and freestyled it. I think this guy just took that energy and ran with it. Do you know what I mean? Said yes one time and now he's the guy. I mean, hope he's doing all right now, but what would you guys do? What would you guys do in that situation? Because, I mean, I think I would keep going. Like, I would see how far I can actually push it. You know what I mean? Just see how far I can actually push the lie. Like, can you climb that way? Who knows? That's what I would do at least. But anyway, that's the video. I thought, these stories were pretty interesting. You guys let me know if you want more or which stories you'd like. Feel free to send them to my Instagram and whatnot. And maybe next video I'll read them. But yeah, thanks guys. Have a good day.